I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, with blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
So firstly, I am priming my eyes. Of course, I'm using my Ride or Die Pillowies base in the shade Rumor 2. I found that Rumor 2 is a wee bit more versatile, so that's why I would always reach for this one more. So I've just carved my brows out with this, and then I'm just taking a little bit more and patting it all over the eyes. So throughout the whole entire eye look, I'm going to be using the Too Much Drama eyeshadow palette by Rude Cosmetics. Now, this is like a new purchase for me, and it is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Texturized Rose Gold palette. This palette is fucking amazing. But the only thing, guys, there is a slight bit of fallout, but the pigmentation is there, like, as you can tell. So I'm taking the shade Love You Not, I think it is. It's just like a nice sort of maroony dark red type of color, and I'm using that throughout my whole entire crease. It's going to be like the darkest crease shade that I'm using. So as always, I'm just pushing it into the eye and using small circular motions once I've sort of got the color payoff pushed down. I don't like to go in straight away and start blending, otherwise I will start my base. So I'm just blending it all out once I have like everything all sort of pushed into the crease. The next colour I'm going in with around the edges of the Love You Not shade is Bad Habits. So Bad Habits is a lighter red, and I'm just using that like stated around the edges of the darker shade that we have placed around our crease. I'm just using circular motions, blending that out towards the outer corner, and then I'm blending it through my brow as well. You know, I love to blend my shadows through my brow, especially with this type of look. I want it to be as grungy as possible. And I'm just going in with my crease shade again, just to add further depth. I'm just going in with my NYX Cosmetics Vinyl Liquid Liner, and I'm just placing that across the lash line. I'm not being too specific in the area that I'm placing it, so I am applying it like pretty messy. So to blend out the edges of that liner, I don't really want to see where it stops. I don't want anyone else to see where it stops, so I'm just taking the matte black from the same palette and I'm patting that on the outer edge and also blending that slightly through the crease as well, just at the outer edge of it. And then I'll go back and forth and have a little play about with my previous colours just to make sure that all the edges and stuff are blending nicely together. So I'm leaving my lashes to get tacky, so as they're getting tacky, I am just going in with the Pillowies base again, and I'm taking that underneath the eye, and I'm sort of like sharpening up the outer corner of my eye as well. I just wanted to create like a little bit more of a sharper outer edge as opposed to blown out today. It didn't really make much of a difference, but you know the crack. I'm just trying something new. So I'm just going to end with my Inglot 79 gel liner and just placing that in my waterline. So pretty much what I'm doing in this step is I'm just taking all the colours that I had placed on the top of the eye and I'm just taking them underneath the eye. So for this part here, I'm just going in with like one of the shadows called I Roll Forever. It's a real cool tone shade, so I thought it would be perfect for like to give off that real dead devilish type of look. So I'm literally just going from the corner of the ear to the corner of the mouth, I'm sort of like dragging it towards the corner of the mouth, if you know what I mean, just so that it creates like that real bone structured look, so it looks super super skeleton like. And then I'm just obviously blending it all over like the forehead and things. And then whatever's left in the brush, I'm just taking it down the sides of the nose. You can just go ahead and go in with your normal bronzer and contour products if you want, but I just thought that this would be absolutely perfect for this look to make it a wee bit more like Halloweeny. And then I'm just taking that their lightest red that we used just on the apples of my cheeks for my blush. So I noticed that you could sort of still see my hairline. So what I done was I just took a smaller eyeshadow blending brush and back in with that I Roll Forever shade. And I sort of just like did some hairline contouring. And pretty much that's just going to like cover your roots and it's going to like make everything blend in nicely together. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to start placing down my horn. So these are just little silicone horns that I got off eBay, but they are from a brand called Smithy's, but I will leave a link in the description to where you can purchase these. So what I'm doing is I'm just placing down some latex on the area where the prosthetic is going to take place. I also put a little bit on the actual prosthetic beforehand. Be careful when using liquid latex, guys. Make sure that it doesn't get on your eyebrows or on your hair or anything, anywhere that has hair. You need to be careful when it comes to latex, because if you were to rip this off afterwards, if you don't actually take it off the way you're supposed to with the removal products, then it can tend to rip your actual hair out. So just be super super careful. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going to take another little bit of latex and I'm just going to place that around the edges of the actual prosthetic just to ensure that everything is all stuck down. I'm just going to leave that liquid latex and stuff to settle. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and move on to my lips just so that it gives time to dry and things and I'm not really waiting about. So I'm just going to end with a liquid lipstick. This is from the brand Sleek and this is in the shade Old Hollywood. So guys, what I'm doing now is I'm just going to start creating some depth and making sure that these horns look as realistic as possible. So I'm just taking that matte black shadow again from the same palette and just blending that like around the areas where I'm going to place my blood. You can take a gel liner, liquid liner, or anything. The only thing is the clip where I added blood didn't actually record, unfortunately, but I literally just used a liquid blood and I also used my fresh scratch blood as well for some texture just around the like insides of the horns and a little bit on the horns. Guys, this concludes the video. I hope that you have enjoyed it and I hope that I have met those of you's standards who are not really into all the blood and gore like I am. This look is super wearable. Like if you're going to be a devil this Halloween, you can still go full glam, nice and pretty with all your makeup and then add some horns just to make it a wee bit more Halloween-y. So yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to give it a big massive thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video with your friends and don't forget to follow all my other social media that will be listed in the description box below. I'll leave a link in the description box below, like stated, to where you can purchase these horns from if you are going to be a devil this Halloween yourself and want to know where to get them. So yeah guys, I love you all so much and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!
The dead will walk the earth.